Hi everyone, welcome back to Next Gen PA. We just have a short episode for you this week. The presidential debate happened last night, and we wanted to get together and share with you a few of our takeaways and thoughts from what we heard last night. So I hope you take a listen and enjoy.
First, I was really happy that they shook hands because I think that's just a common formality, showing signs of respect between the two candidates, which is really all I'm looking for at this point is just some respect. And it was Kamala Harris definitely had a clear voice and she had a clear message for everyone that was watching. And she knew the points to hit, and I definitely think she hit them. She hit on the abortion topic, immigration, fracking, which I'm really glad that they brought up because her opinions has been debated on that, where she stands with fracking. And I definitely thought that Trump was a little bit rattled by her. He wasn't used to a new person to debate. And he definitely had his points too. He knew no matter what the question that was asked, he's going to hit these points, and he definitely did. So yeah, I also like that they did a little bit more fact checking on both sides than they did in the last one, which I thought was very important.
Yeah, Ryan, did you want to go next? What did you think?
I was like, I guess pleasantly surprised by Kamala's performance. Like, given that she didn't really have like debating experience on this level before, like, I thought she handled it pretty well.
Ray, I have to just say right here though, she's a prosecutor.
We did talk about this. We did talk about this, but like I was thinking maybe the nerves may have gone to her because it's a global stage. I feel like so. It was like a bit new, but like yeah, she definitely had the skill set to perform what she did. In my opinion, yeah, there's some interesting like claims. Like I didn't watch the full debate, but like I think they cut Trump off a bunch of times that I've seen. And it's like we have to move on, and like so that was interesting, and I feel like he was getting kind of frustrated regarding that. But I don't know.
You don't think he kept going? I felt like he kept going even after they told him okay.
But like yeah, that is true. He did keep going. I thought what was that one part where I think they were talking about gun control and like Kamala said that she has a gun and everything, and it's like I don't know, I didn't expect that, but like she was kind of like she was out there, and like I think that was a good point to make. Like she has a gun, she doesn't want to take it away. It's just like one of those messages, like it's not really convoluted, but like she just said it straight up. We both have like her and Tim will both have guns, but like she wants restrictions, not to take them away. So I thought it was a good debate for her.
Yeah, it was a lot that was talked about it, but that was surprising to me too. When she said, "I have a gun," I said, "Of course you do. You're a prosecutor, right? She's been in law enforcement, so yeah." Go ahead, Kennedy. You got something to say.
Yes. So I just wanted to start by saying, we cannot underestimate the power and confidence of a Black woman. I was so very proud to see her on the stage. And like just knowing how factual she is in her policies, and also just know who she is in general and where she wants to lead the country, thought was very promising for us, and also just a new direction for us to progress forward. And I was seeing Trump, it seemed as though he felt threatened within that of his white privilege and the fear and just kind of like his denial of everything just exuded on that stage. And specifically when she went on to talk about, people not going to his rally, or if you do go to his rally, I felt like that was a great leadway to kind of get him started to not talking about policies, because he's a very prideful and egotistical man. So I don't know. I felt like she did what prosecutors do. She definitely utilized her time spent as a prosecutor. And so I felt like she did an excellent job. I would say I felt like she would have spoke more strongly towards Israel and Palestine. However, I will say as of recently, specifically last night, I felt like that was the strongest that she's spoken out against it. So I was appreciative of that. However, moving forward, I do hope that she speaks out more about that. Um,
Kennedy, I hear you. I have a friend too, at one of the professors who's really concerned that the U.S. should take a stronger position. But I think they're all in a very difficult position because
mm-hmm.
The U.S. has a policy of supporting Israel, and
Right.
yet it's been trying to work for a two-state solution. And there's a strong Israeli lobby. So, I think it's hard for either one of those candidates. But as I told one of them that who's really pushing for more help for Palestine, that you certainly not. I don't see how you're going to get more from Trump than you went from Kamala. I just don't see it. I mean, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a very good debate. I think my biggest takeaway was how easy it was to bait Trump and get him to go off topic and talk about his grievance issues. And I hope that more people saw that and understand that how easy that was and how other world leaders would be able to do the exact same thing. And he just got derailed. I mean, he couldn't stay on point at all. He didn't hit really a single one of his talking points well. He did his whole grievance thing. He tried to do immigration, all that kind of stuff. But all she had to say was crowd sizes, and he just went off, and he wasn't able to talk about what was needed to be talked about and how easy that would be for someone in actual power to do the same thing to him if he becomes president again, and we just, something terrible happens as a result. And I think that's what worried me the most, and I hope other people saw that as well. Yeah, Kennedy, I see your hand.
Michelle, yeah. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say I definitely agree 1000%. And also, I think like the way in which he was disseminating misinformation the entire time, it's scary to think, because I understand that, like, his voter base will actually listen to him and people actually believe some of the things which are coming out of his mouth. So it's scary to think about. But like also something that was funny but scary as well too, I guess, was when they were like, "So President Trump, do you have a plan? What is your plan? What is your plan?" He said, "Well, I have concepts of a plan." And I said, "Oh, okay." So he doesn't really have a plan for our democracy to even restore it. But as we know, he doesn't even want us to be a democracy. So.
Yeah, I think it was really stark, the contrast, especially when they were doing the side by sides of, Kamala and Trump on the screen, and you could see, his face was just like, this is my worst nightmare. I don't want to be here right now. It was I'm sure the body language experts will have some amazing things to say in the next couple of days about, the two contrasts. But I think, all the points we're making, we're all making the same points, that it was really just Trump wanting to go out there and do his same things that he was doing before, thinking that they would land, and then Kamala being there and doing what she does best, being a prosecutor, being able to talk, make her case. And as I said, just leaving those little breadcrumbs and showing how easy it is to just make him look like a complete fool. And it's a shame, really, that there is such a large portion of the population that still supports him and are going to support him no matter what. And it really doesn't matter how the debate went. It really wouldn't have mattered what had happened. He's still going to have that ceiling of, 48, 49% of the population. But what I think Kamala did masterfully was she was trying to speak to that like 8% of the undecided voters. And she wasn't trying to be really out there, with her left-wing policies, whether you agree with them or not. She was talking to the people in the middle, saying, I'm going to be here for you. I'm a gun owner, all that kind of stuff. You could be a person of faith and still believe that a woman should have the right to choose what to do with her body. And I think that was the most important thing that needed to get across. And I think she did that really, really well.
Well, Michelle, I think, and that the way she described, do you really want somebody bleeding to death in the parking lot because they can't get help? I mean, that brought it into sharp relief, because that's the truth. That is what's happening these days. Women can't, in an emergency situation, can't get health care. So it was powerful. I mean, I honestly, all I thought she needed to do was to stand up to Trump, not to seem to be intimidated. But I think she took it a little bit further than that. Here's the other thing, guys, and you guys know I'm a lady of a certain age. But I think it's time to move on, to pass the torch. because he was just focused on the same old, and at least this is a newer generation coming in who's still, I mean, she's still almost 60, right? So it's not like she's a spring chicken, but it's just a whole different forward-looking mindset, right? And as Mary said, I do like the fact that she managed to do all this and not wallow in the gutter herself, not bring it down, right?
Yeah, she was just like so moving, I thought, like you were saying, when she was talking about abortion and really painting that picture of what it would look like. Um, Someone that can't get an abortion or proper health care, proper women's care. Um, so that was just like so moving. And that wasn't something I've seen in a debate like forever with Biden, with Trump. I was never really like moved by them. And she really did that. And yeah, she really definitely appealed to the undecided voters and even the Republicans by saying that she owns a gun. I think that was very tactful by doing that, if that's a word. But yeah.
Yep, it's a word. Well, here we go. We're headed now. We're rushing into November 5th, right? Rushing. Is there something you guys thought didn't get talked about that should have been talked about? I got a message to that letter to the editor today that said, nobody talked about China. So was there something you thought was missed?
I would say definitely more of an emphasis on reparations. Now, that there has been conflicting for the parties and just kind of like the full-on division of our country right now, yes. But I think that is something that a large part of her voter base is looking for her to do. And I know she said recently during a conference that would be one of the first things that she signed into law if it did come across her desk for reparations for African Americans. So I was hoping that she would have spoke about that and also kind of more emphasis on social justice and kind of just like reimagining how that can look for us as a nation, specifically along the realms of policing and just community building.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna sound like Trump now, but if they can't get a student loan forgiveness passed by, they're not gonna get reparations for anybody. I'm just saying.
Listen, we can have hope, Miss Joyce. We can have hope.
They could even get. I mean, he's right. I wish they could get help for you guys with your tuition. I mean, with all that, student loans, but maybe if she's in, that could happen. Maybe in the next 4 years that could happen. So, is that important to you guys, the student loan stuff?
It's
no,
important. Yeah,
it's important.
I have very little hope that it's gonna happen. So yeah,
I don't have to deal with that yet, so I don't know.
You will if you don't get involved with this, you will, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're independently wealthy, then you'll just pay for it all.
I wish.
Well, good discussion. Good discussion.
Next Gen PA is a podcast from the World Affairs Council of Harrisburg. For more information on the World Affairs Council of Harrisburg, visit our website at wacharrisburg.org.